Well, as someone who classifies himself as a game showologist or a studier of game shows, when it comes to reboots, I tend to develop a lot of questions and curiosities regarding small details and elements of the show that most people would have little to no interest in, but I find fascinating. Well, over the years, I have developed a lot of curiosities when it comes to Gameshow Marathon, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to have those questions and curiosities answered. So it's time for a segment I like to call Clarke's Curiosities.
Clarke's Curiosities.
So basically, these are all questions I have about Gameshow Marathon that prove why I am a game show guru. And my first curiosity is, as I mentioned, The Price is Right and Family Feud were in production at the time of Gameshow Marathon, and for the Family Feud episode, the original 1976 to 1985 Richard Dawson version set was recreated. So why was a retro set not created for the Price is Right episode, especially since only 3 celebrity contestants got to play a pricing game, so it could have tied in with the pre-showcase showdown version of the show?
Probably the answer to that might have been just been cost. We shot the show at CBS Television City. Real Price is Right is a couple stages down. So it was just easier to take the sets that are there and bring them on over.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was just a matter of this is what everybody knows because it's still on the air. So let's not confuse everybody with the first episode.
Right.
And when Kathy and Jimmy played Hole in One, why wasn't she given a second putt?
Okay, you're going to putt from that hole up there. Now, Kathy, you're going to be okay with your toe because you're a little off balance.
I'm good. I have the support of my audience.
Okay, audience, let's root for her here.
Come on, Spirit of Tiger Woods, come into me. Let's do this. That was pretty good, though.
Kathy, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but you know what? We're going to see you just in a little bit for the Showcase Showdown, okay? All right, watch your step. Thank you.
Gosh, that's a great question.
I would have to go back and look, but I kind of think she was, and they just had to cut it out for time.
Oh, okay. Because I noticed that the hole-in-one sign wasn't turned around to say or two, so I was curious about if it was edited out, but I figured since the sign wasn't turned around, then maybe she wasn't given a second putt.
I do feel like you're right, Graham. I think she did take 2.
We knew we were running way over, so something had to go, I think.
So when playing Let's Make a Deal, how was the order determined of which celebrity would play each deal? Because Ricky wasn't randomly choosing the celebrities. She would call out, where's the banana? Where's the doctor?
That was a random draw. I do remember that.
Yeah, it was a random draw.
Same thing with Price is Right. The order of the contestants in Price is Right, the first episode was the same. It was a random draw.
Moving on to Beat the Clock. Each of the 4 celebrities played as a team with a chosen family member or friend. Were there ever any thoughts of pairing up 2 teams of 2 celebrities and making it almost like the all-new all-star Beat the Clock, the Monty Hall version from 1979 to 1980?
Winning money today for the red section of our audience. From Young Love, First Love, Leslie Ackerman. And from Soap, Robert Mandan. And winning money for the green section. From Jason of Star Command, Tamara Dodson. And from the White Shadow, Ken Michaelman. As we play the all-new all-star Beat the Clock. And here's the star of Beat the Clock, Monty Hall.
I don't think we ever discussed doing it that way, Graham. Do you?
I don't remember. I remember there was a lot more discussion about the format for that episode than any of the others, because it had to be radically changed to accomplish what we needed it to accomplish. But I don't remember if we ever talked about teaming them up or not.
I don't feel like we did. And I think one of the reasons we didn't, or at least maybe in hindsight, one of the reasons we didn't, was because it was really great to get to know the celebrities through their partners. It brings kind of a family friend vibe to it that you get to know a little bit more about them. So I think that was maybe one of the bigger reasons we did it. But honestly, I don't remember.
Moving on to Pressure Your Luck. Now, here's where I think your intense knowledge of different specifics will come into play, because I noticed this. I was curious if you noticed this. So Leslie Nielsen had 3 spins to play in the first round, and he was the first player to spin. Now, the order of what Leslie landed on for his 3 spins were a whammy, 1250, and 1250. Brad fact! Did you notice that the spaces Leslie stopped on during the first round was the same order of spaces that Michael Larson stopped on during his first round?
Absolutely not.
No.
No, we didn't know that. We'll leave that one to you, Bradley.
Yeah, so Michael Larson had 3 spins, played first, and hit a whammy 1250 and 1250, just like Leslie Nielsen. Brad fact!
We're going to start with you, Leslie, because you have the fewest spins. You've got 3 spins. Get ready to press your luck. Come on!
Come on, Leslie! Okay!
Oh, you stopped at a whammy!
No, it's the best time to get a whammy.
No. Well, we got him out of the way. We got your whammy out of the way. 1 whammy, 2 spins to go. Press your luck, Leslie.
Pressing my luck. Let's go here. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Oh, $1,250. Nice job. All right, you're on the board, Leslie. You can play that spin and press your luck, or you can pass that spin to either Leslie or to Kathy or Tim.
I'm going to press once more.
You gotta go one more time.
Press, right there.
$1,250 for a total of $2,500. Well done, you're in first place.
Pressing my luck once more.
Well, no, that's all your spins, Leslie. You've used them up.
Player with the least amount of spins goes first. Michael, 3. You ready?
Yes.
Let's hit it. Big bucks.
Come on. Big bucks, big bucks. I'm going. Stop!
You got to win. Michael, you're on your whammy, 2 spins, no bucks. You want to do it again?
Yes, I did.
Here we go.
Yeah, I did. Okay, no whammies, no whammies. Come on, big bucks. I need lots of money. Come on. Go. Stop!
Stop at $1,250. 1 spin left. $1,250, Michael. Press your luck or pass.
I'm going.
Here we go.
Stop!
Stop at $1,250 again. 2,500, Michael. First place.
Well, unfortunately, Leslie met a different ending to his game than Michael did.
Next up is Card Sharks, and this was the Jim Perry hosted Card Sharks, the set replicated. But there were elements throughout the playing of Card Sharks that were from the 86 to 89 Bob Eubanks version. For example, during the main game, the save bar was manual instead of electronic. You also had the audience questions, and then during the money cards, instead of only being able to change the first card on every level, you can change 1 card per line. Brad fact! Was this one of the things that you wanted to do, replicate certain elements from both shows, but you just wanted to recreate the 1978 set because that was the original one?
Yeah, I think this was a happy mishmash between the 2 shows. We definitely wanted the original set. But to be honest, in polling casual fans, I don't know that anyone knew what rules came from which version. So we basically did a version of the game that would be in favor of the players because we want people to win. So that, I think, was one of the reasons why we kind of put in some of those rules that the Eubanks version had. I think we still did the push, right? Push was no win, no loss. But I don't know that we specifically said we want this from this version and that from this version. We just kind of made the best version that we could out of the 2 of them.
The manual freeze bar, that was just a budget thing.
It was so funny because I can still remember this. I was 9 years old when Gameshow Marathon came out. And I was yelling at the TV like, that's not from the Perry version. That's not from the Perry version.
Sorry. We had to cut a few corners here and there.
During Card Sharks, you also had, the first game was worth $1,000, the second $2,000, the third $3,000. Although it never happened, what would have happened if it tied 3,000, 3,000 after the 3rd round?
I know we had a tiebreaker built in.
Yeah, I feel like it was a 1-question, 3-card tiebreaker.
Oh, so like the Rafferty version.
Exactly.
Moving on to Match Game now. The sign read Match Game 73, which was a nod to the first season of the better-known Match Game. However, with the main game featuring 3 rounds and there being 2 audience matches during the bonus round, the format technically resembled Match Game PM, so I was wondering if there was ever thoughts of calling it Match Game PM, especially because it was actually on at night.
I don't think there was. I think by labeling it 73, you kind of give a nod to the kitsch factor of Match Game and what you're looking at with the shag carpet and all that kind of stuff. For, again, kind of a regular viewing audience that might not even have known there was a PM version, the 73, I think, just kind of helped brand us and tell the audience where we are and why we look like this.
During Family Feud, the first player in Fast Money was given 20 seconds to respond to the 5 questions, and then the second player was given 25. But since it was the Richard Dawson set, technically the first player should have got 15 seconds and the second player 20 seconds. So I'm curious if you thought about using the 15 and 20 second clocks for Fast Money instead of the current 20 and 25 second clocks.
I feel like, again, we were trying to give every advantage we could to the players, but did we poll our own questions or did we use some that the Family Feud staff already had?
I think we polled our own. I think we obviously just used the same polling company, but I think we polled our own.
Okay, because I was going to say the early Richard Dawson questions are short, so you can get away with 15 and 20 seconds. The modern day ones are a little bit longer, so you need a little bit more time to ask those questions. But I have a feeling, again, we wanted winners, especially since it's for charity and for home audiences. So we wanted to give them every advantage we possibly could. And since that's what the show on the air was doing, that seemed to be the right thing to do for us.
Well, Graham and Chris, we have made it through all of my Game Show Marathon curiosities, and that was Clarke's Curiosities.
Clarke's Curiosities.